Okay, so I want to make a quick video. It's probably not going to be quick because it's never quick when I say that it's going to be quick. The thing with the spit and Manson with the spit, it seems like somebody has footage of it, and all it is that he spit on the camera, which then it makes her look like a liar because she said that he spit on the camera, but first on her arm. And then she was so upset she has to leave. She left the show and she told her husband about it. See, this is the thing, girl. If the only witness you have is your husband, it's gonna look awful. So that's not a witness. It's your husband, and you're probably not telling him the whole truth. So I think what happens is that he did spit. Unless it's an illegal, it's illegal to spit on somebody's face. I mean, you can get in trouble for spitting on somebody's face, especially like on like this part. I mean, like kids get in trouble in California for doing that, but adults, I don't know. And again, he should have researched what she was going to do the coverage of. If she's supposed to be a professional, so I don't know this person name. I guess I should, but I keep trying to find. I haven't found her name yet for some reason. The fact that she's a woman, I don't want to sound like a gigantic paranoid person and be like, ooh, what are the odds of being, but yeah, kind of. I wondered if it would happen if it was a guy that got spit on. I'm sure a lot of guys got spit on by Manson before in the shows. I don't know. She should have researched where the venue she was going to work at and for who. If she was there as a fan, or just free, because she wanted to take some pictures or whatever, and she wasn't officially a video person allowed to be like on the front of it, then it's kind of her fault for not taking care of her equipment. But if she was from some type of, I don't know, internet channel, internet publication or a real publication or a music business video thing or some type of commercial thing, and she was in some type of payroll and she was getting paid to do that, then she left in the middle of her job because she got spit on. That looks even worse on her. And like I said, just your husband being a witness, that's kind of dumb. And already, to me, at least in my opinion, in my eyes, she looks like a liar. Because first she said it was a spit on her arm, and now TMZ and somebody on Instagram posted the video, and it's just pretty much Manson. So this is like Manson, and this is the camera. So yeah, he spit. I didn't see him laughing at her and doing the whole bullying, mean thing that she's describing, and I didn't see him spitting on her face or her arms either. I actually didn't even see the person, or a woman or a man. I only saw the camera getting spit on. TMZ, of course, TMZ's on it, and because like I said yesterday, I can't look LA Times or The Cut anymore because they don't allow me. So I have to find other ways to read shit. And I am not going to pay for People's Magazine. I'm not going to pay for any of these publications. When there's the internet, you can just search it some other way. There's always a way to find stuff. I haven't found her name. If you know her name, just give it to me, because I don't know. But yeah, the husband witness is not going to work. The fact that she lied already, she messed up the direction of the spit. She said it was the arm, she was the camera. She was so upset that she left. So that was your job. It's like if I work, can you imagine if everybody that ever works as a waitress or as a bartender, oh my God. One of my best friends is an Uber driver, and she drives for Uber, and she says that she got people sometimes on the weekend, messed up, drunk or whatever, and sometimes they puke in her car. Is it alright? No, not cute, but it kind of comes with the territory if you're going to drive drunks around at night. So if you're going to work as a bartender and you're going to get a glass, broken on your floor once in a while, you're going to get some people going to treat you like shit. If you work as a waitress, you might get burned sometimes holding the stuff. If you work as a custodian or as a cleaning person, as a housekeeper, you're going to have to clean bathrooms once in a while. It's not always going to be rosy. So I don't know what this job is different than other jobs where there's any type of hazard or dangerous situations. And another thing is like, if you think about spinning in a show or doing anything crazy, like breaking bottles, the blood is a different thing. And in the 90s, when he was cutting himself and they told him to stop doing that, blood is, that is trouble. That is a problem. And not because he does what he does. I'm not going to talk bad about him self-harming. He does what he does. I'm not judging that. But yeah, if you get blood on somebody, your blood on somebody else, you need to get in trouble because that's a problem. But he stopped doing that in like 99, I think. And water or spit on cameras, it's kind of like celebrities do that all the time on paparazzi people. Paparazzis deserve it. And I don't think they get in big trouble. I think it's because it's Manson. Again, I doubt the camera was $35,000, and I don't know why she was suing for that first in 2019, and then she didn't send the proof to Manson's lawyers. So Manson's lawyers were like, okay, well, this is, like I said before, they're gonna brush it under the rug. I will too, if I was on his team, or if I was Manson, I'd be like, okay, well, did she send anything else besides asking for the money? No, she didn't send anything else. Okay, why? That's not a case. The reason, of course, this person is popping right now, unless it's a big coincidence, which I don't believe in coincidence, is that my gigantic coffee, my God, is that it's a good time to smear. It's a smear campaign. It's just hit him when he's down. Hopefully he's not too down, but I'm saying, it's like people popping for no reason. So it's smear campaign, it's pretty much what they're doing. It's like what politicians do before the elections, where they're trying to get dirt on the other person. This is kind of what these people are doing. And in a way, it is a political thing. I do not think it's about feminism. I do not think it's about domestic violence. I think I don't know. I don't know enough about politics and sociology to say, oh, this happened because this happened because this happened, A, B, C. But I have a feeling, and I'm not the only person who thinks like this on YouTube, that there's a lot of political stuff behind it and a lot of agenda that is not necessarily for women or for domestic violence in general. I don't think they have the best interest in mind. I don't think they have our best interest in mind. As a woman, I don't trust these people. I don't trust the people that wrote the Phoenix Act. We know who. I don't trust the people that passed it. I don't trust the people that signed every piece of paper on that Phoenix Act thing. And now another thing I'm thinking about. This happened in 2019, right? So she's still on that. This is New Hampshire. This is in the East Coast. So I don't know what the time for pressing charges is there. If it's 2 or 3 years. If it's 3 years, then she better hurry up. If she's gonna actually make a big thing, otherwise she's not gonna have time. And then everything else about the Phoenix Act is kind of the same thing, that this woman doing the spit thing. This is such a silly thing. And what Rachel Wood, Wood, Bianco, and all the women, the young girls, were saying is bigger than the spit on the camera, but it's the same. It's under the same umbrella of making the guy look like a freaking big wolf and like a monster, and making themselves look like a victim. There's a reason that she said there, I went home and I told my husband. So you gotta, they use those words on purpose. We don't know if she had a husband. Maybe she did. Maybe she went home and the husband was playing video games and ignored her. And she just chose to put that because that makes her look and sound like oh my God, like so hopeless damsel in distress and helpless woman if she goes and tells her husband. It's the way they write these things that it pissed me off, seriously. And I expect the worst from TMZ, because that's what they do the worst, but I expect from other publications a little bit more of fact checking and but they don't do it. And they won't. They smear people before. They smear politicians before for doing sexual things that they were not okay. I mean, they're just doing that. I think they jump into any train that is going to sell magazines or prescriptions or subscriptions online. Now you don't buy the magazine anymore. Now you do it online. You have to pay for it. There's no way I'm going to pay $50 a year to receive that piece of trash journalism. So it was in 2019. She told her husband, which to me is not really a good idea of a witness. What happened with the camera? If the camera broke because of his spit, it still doesn't cost $35,000 to fix that. I'm trying to analyze all the ways possible. And the fact that she didn't know who she was going to work for unless she knew. Unless Manson was always spitting and she saw him doing that before and she chose to press charges on this occasion. I don't know. I do not think that he laughed at her. And that makes her look like a liar again. Because first she said it was on the arm and it wasn't. So first lie. Then she said that after the spit, he looked at her and laughed. So he's laughing and singing at the same time. Somehow this guy can do all these things. Manson is just, woof, he can sing, spit, laugh. So she said that he looked at her and laughed, was kind of like gaslighting her, going like, kind of attitude. I don't think that happened. And that's, again, she looks like a liar. So if you're lying once, you lie twice. That's kind of how the law should be. And usually is when it comes to certain things, like certain types of crime. If you lie once, you lie twice. But I don't know about this and the Manson women accusations, because they might just, it seems like they're eating it up. And it seems like they believe everything. That they're just being fed by the media. And the media platforms, as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, now they're called media platforms. They're not platforms. They're just social media. They're just apps on your phone. But now they call it media platforms, so it sounds more serious. And because TMZ, TMZ is the same people that posted the video of Johnny going, in the kitchen cabinets. That was TMZ. TMZ are the same people that cut the end of that video that you hear Amber laughing. So, in that time when that happened, I was like, what the heck, Johnny Depp? Like, what the hell? I believe Amber, because what I saw was when they fed me. They fed me the idea that Johnny was a crazy drunk person that threw a phone on her face and he was like breaking stuff on the kitchen. Oh, I thought in my head, these people, they must be right. So I love Johnny Depp my whole life, love him as an actor, and I was like, hell no, Johnny Depp. I got all mad. I thought something was wrong with Amber, so I believe her, but I was kind of like not for her that much. But I believe that clip because they fed it to me that way, because TMZ cut it or Amber cut it and give it to them cut. Doesn't matter. In the original video, he's doing this. He's not throwing anything at her, and he's not even yelling. He just has a loud voice sometimes, like a lot of us. So he's going boom, boom, boom with the cabinets in the kitchen. And then the video cuts where he's like, are you filming this? Are you effing filming this? But that was a version that I saw and everybody saw during that time until I got on YouTube and I started watching people. And the version that it was actually the real version is that happens. He's mad. He looks mad. And then he says to her, are you fucking filming this? And then you can see her like doing this, because you can see her chin leaving, taking the phone, and she goes, ha 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 ha. So, if you're so scared of the guy, you're going to be ha 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 ha. No, if you're so scared. So her ha 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 that was cut in the original video that I watched the first time was cut so it didn't look bad on her, because she set it the whole thing up. She set the phone up. Remember that she's moving the coffee mug one way so the phone is still on him. Anyway, I'm using this as an example as you believe what they feed to you, like a little baby eating baby food, I felt like super, not embarrassed, but kind of ashamed that I believed Amber for a few months. I didn't believe her for more than that until I started reading about her and who she really is. But this is gonna be the same thing. A lot of people are gonna believe it just because it's in DMZ, just because it's in LA Times, just because like Amber was in Washington Post. The Washington Post is not gonna lie, right? Well, they did. And I feel like this is gonna be the same thing. If the video just shows the speed, so I saw the video, so the camera, so this is like the camera, right? And Manson is like doing his Manson thing, and you see the lens and the spit on the lens. I mean, it is what it is. Might not be like the best thing that can happen to you in a concert, but you're going to get a job. You're getting a job as a Marilyn Manson. You're covering the concert. I don't know if this was her first time. Maybe that's a question that the judge should ask. Is this was your first time covering a rock concert? And was this your first time covering Marilyn Manson as a video person? Because if she said yes to those things, then maybe. But if she says, no, I work for him, I work with this company for 3 years, and you saw the guy spitting over and over, you don't have a case. Also, another thing that is curious and is messed up is I think from the beginning of rock and roll, and mostly men, because men mostly control that side of music. It's like women on the pop, men on the rock, and it's been like that, and I think it's gonna be like that for a while. And I'm not trying to be a feminist, I'm just saying it is what it is. Usually women dominate pop and men dominate rock. Whatever. It's not right, it's not wrong. I don't know. Maybe guys are better at it, I don't know. I like Courtney Love, I like some women rock musicians, but usually I like the guys better. I don't know why. So anyway, so I think the first one that ever, I mean, I wasn't even born. I'm not that old. I wasn't even born, in the 60s or in the 70s. But I think the first one probably that ever spit or anybody might have been Jim Morrison. And I think after Jim Morrison, Sex Pistols, the Ramones, Jimi Hendrix was burning like flags on stage. So he got in trouble for that. So I think he got arrested, He shouldn't have been arrested for burning a piece of fabric, which it means nothing because it's just a piece of fabric. So, but for some people, they got really oversensitive back in the day, and also because he was black. I think that has something to do with it. A black man burning an American flag. I think that's why he got in trouble. Don't come for me. It's my opinion. But what I'm saying is like so many guys in the past spit on people, burn things, throw bottles. Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Sex Pistols, Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols. Probably the Ramones also, probably the singer actually did it. And then now I'm thinking about Eminem or some other rappers that sometimes they don't spit on purpose, but they just happen to go, pff. They don't spit on somebody's face, but they do that. Then, the last guy that I was thinking about, I hate his music, but anyway, his name is Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly, he's a white dude. That I say white because this actually makes sense, okay? He has a beef with Eminem forever, and he said he's the best rapper, and Eminem said I'm the best rapper, so they have a beef. Machine Gun Kelly has this blonde, spiky hair, sometimes different colors, but usually blonde, and a bunch of tattoos, and he has a Kurt Cobain tattoo, and he's pretty much, to me, a poser. He's a poser. He's like to me, he's an industry plant, what they call it. But anyway, maybe you like his music, I don't know. I've seen videos of him spitting. I've seen it, videos. So I never went to his concerts and probably never will. But I've seen videos of him spitting, and the fans are eating it up. They're like, yay, guess it's rock and roll. Whatever he does. And there's also Harry Styles, that guy that all the girls think he's hot. Harry Styles, he spit. Also, there's videos of him spitting like up in the air like that. Maybe not onto somebody's camera. So, like, dude, this is how silly the thing is. I think people have been spitting on stage from the beginning of rock and roll. Maybe Elvis never spit. But Elvis was getting arrested for just being sexy. Like there's always been silliness around musicians and around artists. There's always been silliness, from like getting arrested from burning a flag, getting arrested from because girls are throwing your bras at you and because you're too hot, like Elvis, getting arrested for for Jim Morrison. I think he was like touching his parts in a concert. Big deal. But why Machine Gun Kelly doesn't get arrested? Why, Tommy Lee. Okay. Motley Crue. Okay, Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. He was he's an awesome drummer. I actually think he's a very funny guy too. He spit, and I remember him spitting. And maybe it was a fake spit for videos, but I remember this whole. I remember that. So why is it that? What? Anyway, you get my point. What is that? Okay. So I got many problems with her, with this lady, the spit lady. We call her. We can call her that. I don't know her name. If you know her name, please send it to me. She lied. Her husband being a witness is not credible. The fact that she left in the middle of her job is really bad. There's no video or picture of her arm. That's very easy to fake, but she didn't try to, I guess. She didn't think that it was a good idea until now. And the fact that she didn't send any documents or any information to Manson's people for 2 years, it speaks volumes of just lying, flat out lying, or not lying, exaggerating something that did happen and make it into something really super big. Then I don't know if fixing her camera was $35,000. Okay, but it probably wasn't. She probably didn't fix the camera. She just did this. On her testimony, her filing, she said she just wiped it off. She didn't say, oh my God, I went home and my camera was all messed up and I had to buy a new one and show receipts that she bought a new one. No, she said, I just wiped it. Wiped the spit out of the camera. So that means the camera wasn't broken. Then there's ways to find out if she was working after that, if she kept working with the same camera. Then there you go, that she can't say the camera was broken. And it's kind of on her for just, maybe she should just, take videos of the zoo or something. Maybe she got spit by a giraffe on the zoo. I don't know. And then all the other guys I just mentioned, mostly men, they've been spitting on people since rock and roll was rock and roll. It's spitting, throwing bottles. Like, can you imagine back in the day if somebody sues Kurt Cobain or the guy from Pearl Jam or any of the grunge bands for just like, waving the guitars around and doing this with amplifiers with their guitars and poking, and a little piece come out into somebody's face. I don't remember anybody getting sued in the 90s. Maybe in the 90s people were not as soft as now. I feel like, was it Madonna that said, I think she said, life is not hard, people are just too soft. I think life is hard, but I do think that people are too soft, and I think that you don't recognize the real problem from a silly incident. Incidents are not the same than crime. Incidents happen all the time, and it could be just an incident, just an accident, that's it. I don't think he did it with malice. I think he spit because that's kind of what he does in a lot of concerts. I'm not saying Manson spits every time in every concert, but you see him live. There's videos on YouTube of him spitting, but there's videos of the other people spitting too. Like I said, Machine Gun Kelly, Harry Styles, Eminem, Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix. The spit has been around. That's what I'm saying. So just on that, it's gonna be only like 20 minutes video, and then I'm gonna make more coffee or tea. It's raining right now. Yeah, we have severe weather warning. That could mean a lot of bad things, but I'm not gonna think about that. I'm just gonna make this more. This is done, but I want to go back to Ashley Walters because I was thinking about some stuff that it make even less sense, and I want to show either pictures or I can say things about how she was not hurt financially from getting fired by Manson, because she's been living the life the last 9 years. So, and there's proof of that. So I want to talk about that because she said that she was really hurt financially. So she's suing for damages because after he fired her, she didn't know how to go back to work in the same industry anymore, and she had a bad rep because of him. So she couldn't work anymore. And I don't know if she was working or not the last few years, but she's been traveling and shopping and hanging out in places that are kind of expensive. So there's pictures of her with Esme. The Sunset Marquis. The Sunset Marquis is not cheap. Chateau Marmont, not cheap. The Hilton in freaking Japan, not cheap. So I don't really believe unless she has proof that she was broke. And I still don't believe that Manson did anything to her. But I'm saying if she wants to sue for damages, she has to prove that she was broke. If I was suing my boss for damages, I would have to prove that I got no money to pay the rent, the bills. I would have to show proof that I'm poor. It's not enough with just saying that you're poor. You see what I mean? Anyway, another silly goose right there. But this is the silliest of the silly gooses. This woman with the spit and the snot and all that. Again, if you're just gonna charge him, charge all the rest of them that I mentioned, and there probably are way more. And the fact that some people think it's hot, when like Harry Styles spit on people, girls go like, "Oh my God," which is cool. Like that's their gig. The guy that they're hot for, right? You want to be spit on the face, get spit on the face if you like it. But in Manson, people also, we go crazy when he does stupid shit like that. But that's what he does. So I think this is all her fault for not researching the job, for leaving in the middle of her job, for not taking pictures, for not specifying what the $35,000 go to. Like, oh, I have to buy a new lens, or I have to buy. No, she just made up a number. So that's what it makes it really hard for me, and for a lot of people on YouTube to take these people serious. I can't. They lie too much, and this happened in 2019, and we're in 2021, and she got 2 years to really keep filing this. And like I always say, when you file a report, you have to follow up. You don't just file a report. Even when it comes to domestic violence, you can file a report, and if you don't follow up, they dump it, throw it away. They throw it away. They really, because they take it, the cops take it as, well, there's nothing coming, there's no more reports coming, there's no more complaints about this person doing this again, there's no proof, so that's it. They don't take it serious because people file reports all the time. Like the guy who was in McDonald's 10 years ago, and he sued McDonald's because McDonald's coffee was too hot, he burned his leg. I mean, people sue people in this country for no freaking reason. So the law is not that simple anymore. If I file reports, I did on people before, I had to show proof, or not file it, period, or file it when you have proof. So then people are gonna get mad at Manson for not taking care of the problem, but I don't think Manson was even aware there was a problem, because nobody took it serious because she was not following up. And husband being witness is like, no, not good enough. So anyway, I'll come back with more of the Smurl campaign, and the more I think about it, the more we all think about it, the more ridiculous it is. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope that he's okay. I hope his wife is okay, and yeah, it's gonna be okay. I think this is gonna be something that in the future we're all gonna laugh about. And probably his next record is gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic because if this doesn't inspire people, then I don't know. And what I don't want to see happening, maybe none of my business, but it's just my opinion as of just a human. I hope he doesn't give the money. I hope he doesn't settle with any of those people, because we know he has the money to do that. I think. I don't know. But I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't give Ashley Waters the money. He doesn't give Esme Bianco the money. He doesn't give Spit Woman the money. Ashley Morgan is not suing for money, but Ashley Waters is. And they don't even have the amount on the document that we all read on YouTube. There's no amount on there, but I'm sure it's pretty big. I don't know how much he's asking. So I hope that nobody settled for that, and then they just either, keep denying it and take these people to court eventually when it's time. So anyway, probably I'm not gonna talk about Spit Woman anymore. I know I talk a lot, but she don't even deserve more time than 30 minutes. I'll be back later.